Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another podcast. Too many men chasing female icons. Now, I've talked about this a few times. I'm always known for talking about the female selection criteria. Mr. Goodbar, mass man, gamesman, nice guy, which I break down, simplify to select and non-select. And, people hear that, and of course some people try to fight against it. All that stuff, yada yada, is there because it's no different from saying 80-20 or alpha beta, or you just saying the term top dog in the yard, whatever. But that's the female side of the equation. Men have a selection criteria too, and really for the women, especially women listening to this, the men's criteria is probably worse than the men's, because the man is just compared to another man. But in the criteria that men have for women, the woman is compared to an icon. What's an icon? The icon is that perfect dime, that perfect 10, that sexy woman. Right now, the image of the female icon is the IG woman. That's the most common one. And just to be clear, because I know some people, they hear this and they just thinking in the black community. Nah, this is all over. This is global. Only thing that's different, in different cultures might have a slightly different look, and just slightly. Because when I was looking at the Miss, it was a Miss Universe contest. All these women, even though a sister won it, all these women had the same general look. I ain't seen any thick sisters up there, or thick women, rather. I ain't seen any thick women. And even the Asian women, I was like, shoot, y'all Asian? Y'all got some, y'all don't have the typical Asian eyes. They look like they had some surgery or something. And I ain't seen any broad noses or anything. So, pretty much globally, it's the same thing. That's an icon. That's an icon. Also, like I said, the IG women, if you look at the women on IG, they have the same general look. Some of them even had butt surgery or something. They all had the same thing. Seriously, after a while, you just like, okay, social, right? And it's like they got the makeup, they got all the stuff to make them look a certain way. The actresses, that's the icon, is more like mental ideal, more of an aspect, right? Now, what happens is this. That's the woman's chase. That's why a lot of dudes be talking about, well, all these women on social media be getting all these inbox messages. No, all of them don't. No, all of them don't. Only if they look like an icon. Yeah, the woman on social media with the killer body and beautiful face. Oh, yeah, she getting thousands of inbox messages. She is. But most women, a woman could be just a regular woman, and on that mythical scale of 1 to 10, rated as a 7. But she ain't an icon. She a regular woman. Now, what happens is interesting, the dynamic of who chases the icons. It's not all men. It's not all men. Let me be clear. Many men are very realistic in how they deal with a woman. So if the woman is maybe because you could be 20 pounds overweight, her face more plain, the booty ain't that round, the breasts ain't like, double D's or anything, but they still get men still got enough sense to deal with them, and they unapologetic about it. The men who usually chase the female icons are usually the non-select. Because what happens is they've been rejected a lot by regular women. They've been rejected so much by regular women, they still want a woman, but all of a sudden, they want an icon. They don't want to deal with a regular one. I've actually talked with guys who have all the trouble with women, like conversations, and I've seen this over the years. It was the weirdest thing. Weirdest dynamic to me. Because it's weird, because the guys who have trouble, all of a sudden they get rejected. Then they get to a point where they want a woman, but they don't want just a regular woman. They start going for the icons, the beauty queens, all of that. And they'll say, oh, well, yeah, this is what I want naturally. But I'm like, but the thing with the icon, that changes, that can change. That can change. Whatever, like, the media, social culture, and everything is saying an icon, that's who they chasing. And it's an abstract thing. It ain't realistic as to which women actually checking them out, or which women are in their tribe that find them naturally attractive. You know, it's an abstract thing. Like, a woman gotta have, you know, that weave or something like that. In fact, that's something that the IG women play on. That's why they all look the same. That's why they all got the same poses. They know what some guy's gonna look at. That's why you got some videos of them doing the same walk and everything, you know, because they know that's what men go for. And see, it's an abstract thing. It's not realistic, because for any man, the most realistic woman might be more of a sensible dressing woman that hides her stuff publicly, but then she's getting down in the bedroom like crazy, and also be the type who's going to submit to him and everything. Now, just to be clear, I ain't saying automatically that, you know, just get you a plain Jane or something, you know, not automatically. You know, you could be the type who can legitimately get that woman. But when I'm talking about the icon, it's usually the non-select men who are looking for that. And that's even the case with some men going overseas. I just had to be real about it. You know, they think they looking for they ain't looking for the average looking woman overseas. And just to be clear, this ain't just a black thing. It's a male thing. You get a lot of white men who hit Eastern Europe or Russia looking for that icon, you know. So this ain't just a black thing, you know. They chasing that, and you know, some of the women who can match that icon, shit, they've learned to play. They learn to tap into that and get money. You get a lot of shout out BGS for talking about diesel women, those sex worker types. They tapping into that thing, you know, or even the women on IG. A lot of them got an OnlyFans page where a man will pay money just to see naked pictures of the women. But that's chasing the icon. Meanwhile, the regular guys, they still getting decent women. Now, you know what? They ain't getting an icon, but shoot, if you look, there's a lot of women who probably rate about a 7 or even an 8, but they just regular women. And the thing is, they real with it. They dealing with the real women because the guy is realistic. See, he ain't gonna ask that woman. She gotta be, as long as they click personality wise and she got a decent body, he good with it. In fact, here's the funny thing: a lot of guys who would be seen as players. Listen to what I'm saying. Seen as players are the types who will go for regular women. They skip over the icons. They like, man, I ain't dealing with that. Like the serious players, they get with the woman, and some people be like, well, damn, she just average looking. But the player, shoot, he getting everything. He getting that French toast in the morning. Shout out C Boogie. He getting that French toast. So one of the things men have to do is just be realistic. Be realistic about who they are. Realistic about who their tribe is. Now, like some guys, I tell them that, and they think it's just busted women chasing them. Well, if it's busted women, then that dude need to work on something. But you get a lot of guys they realistic, and they get women who at least rate a 6. So, and 6 is above average. They get multiple women who are at least above average. And because they realistic about it, but they not like some fake ass icon. Because the women into the icon thing, like I said, they can put on makeup, get butt injections, push up bras and everything. And even if they got like a naturally killer body, what they doing with it? They charge you money just to look at a naked picture of them. So they playing. And then there's few icons, but so many men chasing them that they missing out on the women, average women who, you know, they so busy chasing an icon, they not working on how they could become better versions of themselves. And they dealing with the fantasy, and that fantasy gets a lot of men played. So that's all I got for now. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace and blessings.